Welcome to Company Showcase, an advertising feature on HowStreet.com.
I'm Jim Goddard. I'm speaking with Larry Reaugh, CEO and President of American Manganese. Welcome back to Company Showcase, Larry.
Thanks, Jim.
Larry, do you have a news release that came out this week?
Yes, we had an excellent news release out whereby one of our board members, or advisory board members, Dan McGroarty, was appointed to the U.S. Department of Energy's Critical Materials Institute Advisory Board. That's a big feather in our cap, and, Dan has been very instrumental in getting us involved with the Department of Defense, or the DLA, and the DOE, and, it's ongoing.
Larry, sometimes you get a lot of emails, and you like to answer those emails. I think today we have 4 questions that have been asked. The first one, American Manganese is listed on the TSX Venture Exchange where there is no uptick short rule. Why not just move to a U.S. exchange?
Well, that would be certainly the short answer would be, yeah, we'd love to do it, but there's a lot of problems involved. If you're going to list on a U.S. exchange, your brains and matter must be in the U.S., which means that the management would have to be in the U.S. The board of directors would have to be over 50% U.S. citizens. We have one now, and so those would make drastic changes in the direction of the company. It's not only that, there's a listing fees and all kinds of different things that would be involved, but it's not a simple thing. The directors, cumulatively hold large positions in the company. They've got lots of skin in the game, as I do. And, the stuff that gets shot at us is, it would be a nice answer, Jim, but it just is not workable. And so we're stuck with this exchange. Certainly the regulatory bodies up here are being hit with a lot of criticisms on the predatory trading that's going on, and it's just massive. And I imagine that some of these questions I get are from predators, and just trying to destabilize the management and destabilize the company. So no, we won't be looking at listing on the U.S. exchange. We don't want to go through a whole prospectus to do so. And we don't want to lose our, the support that we get from our board and management. So, we'll have to stay on this exchange and hope that the reasonable people will understand that they have to do something about this murder of the Toronto Stock Exchange venture.
The second question today, is American Manganese losing ground to other recyclers who are making deals with manufacturers?
Well, it would certainly look that way, and if you're just reading the headlines, but you got to remember that we've been transparent with everything that we've done, and we do have an MOU with Intervolt, and I expect that more of those will follow. Companies that are serious about looking after the environment will have to look at a closed-loop solution. And some of these companies that are entering into agreements can't provide that yet that I can see. So, on the face of it all, there's no transparency in those companies, just broad statements. And broad statements don't encompass the work they've done to actually develop a technology. We know that it's not easy, and it's not something that you just do overnight. It's something that can cost $10 to $15 million to do so. That's the area we'll be in here soon. And in order to get these patents through, we do have patents. There's not many companies that can say they got patents. They all have proprietary techniques that they don't discuss. There's no transparency in them. So, I tried to show our investors that we were transparent, and we do come out with solid facts. So we'll just have to keep working our way through that.
Why doesn't American Manganese hire investor relations?
Well, that's a good question. I've been doing this type of business for over 40 years, and I've had big investor relations arms. I've had investor relation companies working for the company at various times at great expense. And there was a time when I would have 3 or 4 investor relations people on staff, and but they could not, generate the sort of a volume that we get from social media. So we utilize social media, and we utilize press releases, that sort of a thing, to keep the stocks active. For example, we've to date we've got over 1 billion shares traded, 364 million this year. I don't think any investor relations program could provide that sort of volume, but we have to bring in a lot of volume to offset this predator trading selling. Good example is today, they switched over to the alternate boards to bring the stock down. I doubt that there was any change of ownership. They just kept moving the price down. And it's really disconcerting. It's a big concern to me that this goes on, and I've been fighting it for 8 years. Now it seems like in the last few months, everybody is climbing aboard and starting to talk about predator trading. You're seeing it everywhere you go, and yet there doesn't seem to be any move on behalf of the regulators to curb this. And, do they want to kill the venture exchange? Because that's exactly where it's going.
Larry, you have an investor who emails you accusing you of issuing nothing but fluff news releases and podcasts. What's your response to that?
Well, it's, I have to think that that's probably a predator or a close follower of the predator bullboards. And basically, I look at it as trying to destabilize the management of the company. And the fact of the matter is that we do put out press releases. We do have solid advancements. We do have things that no other company out there has. And I've tried to make that clear. If people don't want to go and do their homework and see that, yeah, these guys are on the right track, they're fighting predator trading, but they're doing the right things. We're in a good position to complete our work this year and move into a different area. So and they keep forgetting that we do have a MOU with Italvolt, and Italvolt eventually that will turn into a joint venture or whatever you want to call it, and how we basically split the pie. And without all the work that we do, we don't have a solid number on that. We've got numbers that we can get guesstimates on, but we don't have solid numbers. I don't know how these other guys come up with solid numbers, or because they don't report their solid numbers. But so we're fighting everybody out there, and everybody's stealing bits and pieces of ours, working on scraps, doing this, doing that. Utilizing our intel, which doesn't tell them how to recycle, and that they can encroach on our patents. So it's just a destabilizing factor that we have to get over. And, if they think it's easy to be, working against the predators all the time, it's not. We have trapped them twice, and that'll come again. Because we do have a solid technology, we do have a solid process, we do have a solid plan. I don't tell everything about our plan, because when I do reveal bits of our plan, next thing I'm reading about it like somebody else had come up with the idea. So we just got to keep moving forward. As far as fluff goes, I don't know what he'd call all those other releases that they're getting 80, 90, 95% recoveries and purities up in the 99% range and all that, without any factual evidence that they do that. So, as best I can do is try to put the facts out there and hope that the more astute investors will see that this company's not a fly-by-night. It's not something that is looking for glory today, and, because that's a trap you can follow into. You look for glory today to make a few investors happy, and you lose sight of the goal, and next thing you know, you've got a product out there that doesn't work, or it doesn't make any money for the company that's doing the recycling. So you got to have a lot of facts. It's not simple math. It's basically simple work that has to be done to show exactly what the direct costs will be, and then you can enter into agreements with people that make sense. And in my opinion, these battery manufacturers and the EV car manufacturers should be looking at a total solution, and not just a quick news release that says they're partnering with this group or that group or whatever, and that hasn't proven their mustard out on the market in any reality. So, it's fluff. Well, maybe there's a certain amount of fluff in everything that you say, but there's certainly no fluff in our technology. It's solid.
Larry, for people new to American Manganese, what's the company all about?
American Manganese is a critical metals company that developed the process for treating low grades of manganese, in which we're currently working on with the Defense Logistics Agency, and that was a cornerstone of our recycling program. So we've got a lot of money in our technology. It's probably going to be, by the time it's all said and done, it'll be over $20 million. And yet I'm not seeing that on the financials of some of these companies I check out or anything else. I don't see them spending any real amounts of money. It's mostly what press releases that they say that they're going to get this 95%, that they've got this, they've got that. But it's not backed up by facts, and I don't care what they think about me. It's, I'm a little tired of being the whipping boy on everything that happens. And, but I know that this is a technology that will set me up and the investors up for life if we can stay the course. And that's my exact idea. I'm not a kid anymore, so I got to look a couple of years down the road to see about my retirement, and spend some time with my grandkids who I haven't seen for 14 months or whatever. So it's just a process of elimination, and as a critical metals company, we're working on the manganese project. We're working on the pilot plants and work on our recycling project. So and soon it'll be working on on our gold and copper assets, rare earth assets that we have in the company. The company's well positioned to advance, so I would see that as a plus. You can get any information you want on our site, AmericanManganeseInc.com, and you can phone me at 778-574-4444, or give us an email at LREAUGH@AMYMN.com.
Larry, thanks for the update. I'm Jim Goddard. I've been speaking with Larry Reaugh, CEO and President of American Manganese. Our conversation took place on May 14th.
Comments made on Company Showcase are an expression of opinion only and should not be construed in any manner whatsoever as recommendations to buy or sell any financial instrument at any time. Archived online at HowStreet.com. Company Showcase is a production of How Street Media Incorporated.